Well, hello everybody, the sun is shining and I've got a great little video for you today. Today I just want to give you 5 top tips for starting out running. Probably 5 things that I wish someone had shared with me when I had started to help me, and I'm going to share these tips with you. So my first tip for starting running would be to set yourself a really small goal and increase your running intensity very, very gradually. So professionals say that you should really increase your mileage by about 10% a week, and I think that's a really good start. And actually your goal can be anything. So it could be to run a marathon, it could be to run a 10k or a 5k, you could do your local park run. I'm going to talk about park run in another video. Or it could just be to run to the end of your street, or run to the kitchen to pick up your next packet of biscuits. You know, you just need to start with something. Okay, my second tip for you is to wear comfortable clothing. And actually this is really important. You can go out and run in anything, but if you want to really succeed at running and form really good habits with running, it's important to have really comfortable shoes. It's going to sound strange, but comfortable underwear. If you ever got a rash whilst running, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about ball rash, nipple rash, thigh rash, neck rash, tip rash, tongue rash, eye rash. Okay, the eye rash and tongue rash, they're not a thing. But if you've ever had any of these, you'll know the importance of good fitting clothing. Nice sports clothing does make you feel good as well. So my third tip for getting started running is just to make sure that you're properly warmed up before you start. So a little bit of a walk, maybe some stretching. I actually like to do a bit of dynamic sort of movement stretching. Essentially, you don't want to just try and, you know, get out there and suddenly start sprinting or, you know, pushing yourself harder than you need to. You know, running should be enjoyable. You know, if you're not enjoying it, you're probably going out a bit too hard, too fast. It's got to be fun. It's got to be a lot of fun. I appreciate that if you're carrying a bit of extra Christmas pudding at the moment, then it's going to be a bit harder to get out and run. But start with walking, and you know, you'll see a difference. Just get out there and start. So tip number 4 is to listen to your body and to take rest days. And I'll be honest and say this is probably one that I could listen to a little bit more. But really getting to know your body, knowing where your aches and pains are, and being able to sort of, I guess, in the end, being able to tell the difference between what is just an ache and a pain in your body, just feeling a little bit there, and what is the start of an injury. And okay, I do run a lot, and I don't take very many rest days, but I think I've got pretty good at identifying where my weaknesses are, and I've built strength and conditioning around those. Ultimately, again, it comes down to don't try and do too much too fast or too hard. Keep it simple. Okay, my final tip for getting started with running is to monitor your progress, track everything, record everything. Get yourself a really cheap smartwatch, or use your phone. I use an app called Strava. I've got a Garmin heart rate monitor sort of wristwatch, and I track everything. I track my sleep, I track my run times, my calories. I don't track my calories. Actually, that's not true. It just felt good saying it. I weigh my poos, and I don't even do that. No, I don't do that either. But it's an interesting thought, isn't it? I'd like to know how much poo I do sometimes. I mean, this morning, oh my word, It was enormous. Honestly, came out like an oil spill. Just sort of bleh. Anyway, got off the point. So good to keep track of your progress to see how far you're going, how fast you're running, and celebrate the wins, celebrate the milestones. Maybe when you get your pace down a little bit, or when you can run the same distance with a lower heart rate, celebrate those wins. I promise you, it'll feel so, so good. Running up this hill. Oh, it's hard, this one. And fortunately, at the top of this hill, there's a hospital. So if I ever do cark it halfway up, I won't be far from the helping hands of a paramedic. Woo! Breathe! Breathe! If I did have an issue here, I'm not sure the hospital would be the right place to go. I reckon I wouldn't get seen for weeks. I'd be lying on the floor like dead. No one looking at me. It'd be such a sad end. But you better believe I'd be capturing it here on Pksruns every moment of my death on a hospital floor.